Thanks to all of you. We are once again here with the blessing of our gurus and Lord. We are here discussing about the ultimate truth, Param Satyam Dhimahi, the most beautiful composition of Bhagavan Vedavyasi, manifested as the Srimad Bhagwat Mahapurana, containing a lot of in it. Whatever the dimensions of human being is possible, all are discussed here. The psychological, any psychological part of any human being from bottom to top, from heinous to divine, all characters are explained in Bhagavatam. The whole Bhagavatam is explained just to understand what is Param Satyam, how to realize it, first how to understand it, then how to realize it. So this ultimate abode, or you can say the ultimate paradise of human being. Effortless freedom, spontaneous, undisturbed rest in myself, in the consciousness. So to achieve it, to experience it, the whole Bhagavatam is explained. And the love and the divinity is the outcome of the knowledge. As we understand myself, as we understand the world outside, through the light of Bhagavad Mahapurana, we find our life becomes lighter and more loving, more affectionate, detached but loveful, not only to the human beings but to the entire creation. I become loveful, auspicious, even to the insentient objects. I become more loveful to a tree, to a flower, to the cattle, whatever around us. My relationship to the world becomes purer and purer with the level of understanding. So the ultimate understanding means ultimate rest, the ultimate divinity, and the love which we talk about often, a love without interest, love by nature itself, love without any reason, unconditional love, because the ultimate truth is unconditional. So the outcome is unconditional relationship, unconditional purity, unconditional divinity, unconditional love. These are the outcome of this understanding, what we are trying to understand. So in the very first verse, that almost 8 characters to understand the truth is given. We have discussed the rest. Today we are discussing about Tene Brahmhridaya Adikave Muhyanti Yat Surya. It was discussed. Muhyanti Yat Surya means the intelligent people, the adept people, the brainy people get confused or get deluded when they try to understand this Param Satyam. So it is not a so easy job. Where Surya Muhyanti. Surya means Pramana Kushalaha, who are able to use all the valid means of knowledge with all perfection. They try to do it. Sometimes they also get deluded. In the stories further, you will find that Brahmaji get deluded. And Many rishis are get deluded because it is so simple, and it is very surprising. Anything which is very simple becomes very difficult to experience. Why? Because it is so simple. My mind is complicated. Unless there is a complicated problem we are not solving, we think we are doing nothing. If anything is so simple, you are not required to do anything about it, just to see it. It becomes very difficult because to see anything without any interpretation, it's not a habit of my intellect. The moment there is an object of perception, immediately our intellect immediately begins to analyze it, to name it, to characterize it, to categorize it. What is the usage of it? How it can be used? How it is helpful? How it should be discarded? So this is a very spontaneous nature of the human intellect. It immediately tries to find out the cause, the reasons. And for intelligent people, it becomes more interesting if the problem is complicated. He feels comfortable to solve the complicated problems. But the truth is not complicated. We make it complicated. It is so simple. It should be accepted as it is, without any interpretation. And what is that? That is me, myself, I. The sense of I always depends on the idam. In Sanskrit, it is called idam, means aham idam. Idam means anything which is perceived. Aham means who perceives. So the perceiver, I, is always depending on the object, what he perceives. Suppose there is nothing to perceive, no object in front of consciousness to analyze, to understand, to perceive, then what will be the status of that consciousness? Intellect becomes confused, get deluded. How it can possible? There is nothing in front of consciousness to analyze because we are habituated to analyze. So analysis is a helpful, but up to a point. After that analysis and the who is analyzing should come at a bottom end. So the investigating the truth, this is the beauty. When we investigate a truth in a particular given direction, not making my own conclusions about the truth, so it becomes simple and simple and simple. And a moment comes when intellect is astonished, shocked. There is nothing to analyze, but the perfect analysis is over. The result is in front of us. And that is me. So we are taking a complete rest where in myself. So this investigation leads to us and create an intelligence, create a brahma, create an understanding that drives us how to take rest without any effort, without any result. Because we are habituated to enjoy the results of my effort. If the efforts are positive, creative, we find the positive and creative results and we are satisfied. Yes, I'm a creative person. But that's a different thing. When we are exploring a pure Param Satyam, we have to stop, we have to cut the many, many branches and come back to yourself. And while returning to yourself, we are supposed to detach ourselves with understanding one by one. We are detaching the objective world with the understanding. The relationship is over. We are detaching the body, we are detaching the mind. Up to the mind it is easier. When we are supposed to cut off myself from my own intellect, because we are cutting it through intellect. Now a stage comes where we are supposed to detach ourselves from the intellect which is investigating the truth. And the moment it happens, the job of intellect is over and it takes abode, rest in the self. That self is Param Satyam Dev. So we are analyzing it through the lakshanas, through the characters. Muhyanti yat surya. So it is so simple, we should not make it more complicated. Otherwise, the intellect of Brahma get diluted. So who we are. So yasmin vishaye surya muhyanti. That's Satyam Param Dev. In the last class, we discussed about it. The next one is तेजो वारी मृदाम यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिशर्गो मृषा अमृषा yatra yatra means yatra yasmin brahmani, in the consciousness, in the brahma, in the state of being, yatra yasmin brahmani trisargah amrasha. Sarga means srishti, creation, and trisargah means three type of creation. This word has been translated into many, many ways in different commentaries. But I am referring you, uh, which is taught by my Guruji, and also it is discussed in Sridhari Tika, the most popular and ancient commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam is Sridhari Tika. So, three sargaha, three kind of creation. What is that three kind of creation? So, as we know, Trigunatmika, Sattva Rajoguna, and Tamo. These are the three basic characters, the qualities, the powers, the power of Brahma, which is called Maya Shakti. This Maya Shakti is known as Trigunatmika, Sattvatmak, Rajvatmak, and Tamogunatmak. And all the world manifested is Trigunatmika. Even if you analyze this body, mind, intellect structure, you will find it is Trigunatmaka. So they have categorized and given a perfect three word of these three category. One is called Dravya Shakti, second is Kriya Shakti, and third is Jnana Shakti. Jnana Shakti means the power of knowing, the power of consciousness which appears it himself into the notion of knower, the power of knowledge, you can say. Jnana Shakti. So, I have got this power. What this power is that? To know something, to know the world outside, to know the body, to know the thoughts. to know the creation, to know my dream state, to know my waking state, even to know my deep sleep state. The world all around, infinite galaxies, the research, the works. So we have a power which is appearing in the form of Jnana Shakti. So it is the nature of Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna, when manifest, it manifests itself in the form of knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, it is explained in detail. The nature of Sattva Guna. Prakashakam anamayam indriyeshu prakashopajayate. So characters of Sattva Guna is given in a nutshell. Jnana Shakti. So we have this power. This is the result of Sattva Guna. So one type of creation comes into the category of knowledge, knowing. All right. The second one is Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. The power to execute. So we have a power to know and we have a power to execute. Similarly, we have got the instrument of knowledge, which we call five sense organs of perception and five organs of action. Five organs of perception, including mind, is a section of Sattva Guna because it comes into the category of knowing and helps us in knowing. Through the eyes, we know the form. Through the ear, we know the word. Through the tongue, we know the taste. Through the nose, we know the odor. Through the skin, we know the touch. So these are the instruments by which our Jnana Shakti expresses itself. So this creation comes into the category of Sattva. So when in Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana you will study the sequence of the creation, so all the organs of perception are made by, constituted by Sattva. My mind, my intellect, my organ of perceptions are constituted of the Sattva. Now, the Kriya Shakti, so all the organ of actions, including mind, comes into the category of Kriya Shakti by which we perform the activities through hand, through the legs, through the speech. So these are the organs of perception by which the power of action is manifesting. It is called Kriya Shakti. And third, it comes into the category of Rajogun. So all these are constituted by Rajogun. And third one is Dravya Shakti. Dravya Shakti means solidification, the consolidation of particles, of energy. When energy is grossified and takes a shape of an object, a solid object, the solidification, it is called Dravya Shakti. So this is Tri Sargaha. Tri Sargaha means three kind of creation appearing into the three forms. The entire nature, entire creation, if you categorize with this category and qualities, you will find these kind of things manifested in different ratios. What we called Jada, that is more Dravya Shakti is more rather than Kriya Shakti and Gyan Shakti, and that objects become insentient. And when there is a Kriya Shakti is manifested, and when Jnana Shakti is manifested in different ratio, and you will find the changes. And that changes is categorized in 84 lakhs yoni, 84 lakh yoni. These are the permutation, combination of Trigunatmika Srishti. And how does it appear? In the difference with the Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Dravya Shakti. Even in a human being, you can observe it. Some people are more uses their Gyan Shakti. That Gyan Shakti is more manifested. In some people, Kriya Shakti is more manifested. And in some people, Dravya Shakti, Jadatmak is uh, particle, or the you can say the Jadatmak Hissa, the part is more manifested. So by that way, you can categorize. Just for it, going from the my topic a little bit difference in other side, the Varnashram Vyavastha by the rishis constituted considering these differences. All Varnashram Vyavastha has a base of the Trigunatmak characters manifesting into different layers. And you will find this detail in 11th canto. This difference is detailed in detail in 2-3 chapters. The base of Varnashram Vyavastha is there. Anyway, we come back to our own topic. So this Dravya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. This is three sargaha. Here what is said? Three sargaha amrasha. Amrasha means real. Mrasha means unreal, false. Amrasha means real. Okay. Yatra yasmin brahmane, yasmin param satye, in the pure being, in the pure consciousness. These three shargaha is three type of creation. Actually, it is false. It's an appearance. It has no existential value. But it looks like real because it is in the consciousness. It is embraced by the consciousness. The entire creation plays in the lap of consciousness. So, because of this consciousness, a thing which is unreal looks like a real. That is Param Satya. Please focus it. Here we are not discussing about the three sarga. We are taking the help of three sarga, which we are known and familiar, and this is unreal. But it looks, appears very real. Why? Because it is in the consciousness. That is why it looks real. A wave in the ocean looks real. Why? Because it is in the water. Even it is constituted of the water. So far as the wave is concerned, there is no existential value of wave. Separately, you cannot find any wave without. So what is the existence of a wave? Only water. Without water, it is not possible for a wave to be. So wave looks like it real. Why? Because it is in the water. Without water, wave is nothing. Similarly, these all creation, by nature in itself, has no existential value. So, what the principle we are inching towards, the body is not real, looks like. The mind is not real, appears real. And with the entire creation is like that. So, that pure being, that pure consciousness, because of that consciousness, everything looks like real. So, where should I focus when my intellect is searching Param Satyam? Where it should be focused? Objective word or the subjective word? If my intellect is more involved in objects and postmortem, we are doing a postmortem and crystallization and bifurcations and analyzing what to know the object. We cannot find the Paramsat. My intellect should focus, is it real or is it unreal? Example given, Tejo Vari Mradam Yatha. So this two line is a one character. Tejo Vari Mradam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trishargo Mrasha Tat Satyam Param Dhima. This is one Lakshana, correct? So what the example of one Vedavyas is giving here? Tejo Vari Mradam Yatha Vinimaya. Vinimaya means impositions one to another. Anyonyasmin avbhasha adhyasa vinimaya. When one thing is imposed on another thing, the imposed thing is unreal. Like mirage water. When we look at mirage water, there is a teja. Teja means sun rays appearing in the form of water. There is no water, there is only sun rays. But the sun rays is appearing in the form of water. So why that water is unreal? The water in my fridge is not unreal in this context. But the water which is not there, only sun rays are there, but looks like a water. So that water becomes unreal because that water is an imposition on the sun rays. Similarly, Vari Mradam. Mradam means a glass. Where suppose there is a very clean water on the floor. It looks like a glass floor. There is a water, but it looks like a glass floor is there. So that water is imposed. That glass floor is imposed on the water. So both are unreal. Similarly, is Dravya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. The waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, the entire creation. Is it any imposition? If it is imposed, then on what? There should be something where it is imposed. The entire creation is imposed, it means the gross and subtle all. Here, suppose the dream state. The state is an imposition on waking state. Waking state is an imposition on dream state. Dream state is an imposition of deep sleep state. Deep sleep state is an imposition of waking state. But all three are an imposition on what? on me, on I, on existence, on the consciousness. That consciousness is Param Satyam, on which we are trying to focus. Suppose with all logics, we prove it. There are many, many logics you will find in Bhagavatam in many, many contexts which will be there in other chapters. It is proved logically, all right, the word is not real. What you find, what is the outcome of it? If anything I say real, if anything I say unreal, what is the impact of it? Every day I say my dream was unreal. Most of the night we see the dream, enjoy the dream, suffers in dream. In waking state, I say, oh, it is unreal. What is the impact of it? All the sense organs and their sensual pleasures and my relations, my life, my death and my birth, my entire circle of life is unreal. All right. But we are living in it. Is there any impact you find when we conclude that it is unreal? It should be. If it is only proved with the help of logic, it will not give you much relief. But it is a fact. Everything is unreal. So the impact is that the moment we come to know it is unreal, we are simply spontaneously detached from that. The spontaneous detachment, the breaking of the relationship, it comes to an end. Because unreal cannot be combined or cannot have any relationship with the real. Only unreal to unreal there is a relationship. There cannot be any relationship is possible between real and unreal. No, not possible at all. So the I, if I means ego, ego is part of the creation. So I am related with the universe, with the ego, with the sense of I. It can be related, though it can also not be related, but it is related. So what happens? Yes, I create a relationship with the world outside. When I say the word outside this body, please include the body, mind, and intellect also. This is also an objective reality. I have a relationship with my body, mind, and intellect. With this, I have a relationship, the world outside. So when I say the world outside, this include this body structure, mind structure also. So what is my relationship to this body? My relationship to the intellect? If I find my mind is unreal, okay, so my pleasure and pains are unreal, my feelings are unreal, okay. So the question comes, can unreal have any impact on real? Here the key, because there will be no impact of any unreal thing to the real. For example, the sky. The sky has no relationship with the water. When it is raining, the water is not contaminated. The sky is not contaminated. The sky is not wet. Why? Because there cannot be a relationship established, not possible, with the sky and the water. This is the only example of asangata available in the universe. No other example except dream state is possible. Or asangata, spontaneous asangata detachment. The sky is an example. So sky is not contaminated, but all the water, all the rain, where it is, in the sky. Sky is embracing. Sky space is giving a space to the rain. Everything is in the sky, in the space, but the space is ever contaminated. Not at all. Why? Because it cannot create a relationship. When the relationship is not created, there will be no effect. So, I have got my relationship with this body. So, when this body dies or there is a pain in the body, who suffers? Body is an insentient being, it cannot suffer. I am suffering. Why am I suffering? Because I have a relationship with this body. How this relationship is there? It is nature, natural, it is by birth. No, it is not by birth. It is not natural. It is because of the ignorance. It is the because of the improper investigations. We have not investigated it. My relationship to the bird. Is it possible? The person of waking state has no relationship with the dream state when he is out of dream. Why? Because he say, oh, it is not possible. Why? Because the dream is unreal. Oh, dream is unreal. So it has no impact on you. Yes, when I wake up, I forget it. Because relationship is not possible with a waker to a dreamer. Waker and dreamer. What is surprise? Both are one, but in different mood they are not connected at all. That is why both of them cannot be together. Waker is there, dreamer will not be there. Dreamer is there, waker will not be there. Can you find a waker and dreamer together in experience? No. Why? Because they are not two existing separately. Similarly, my relationship, when I live in as an individual consciousness, I am well connected to everything. All impact will be there. All pleasure, pain, sorrows, death, fear, birth, anxieties, happinesses, divinity, everything will be there. But when it is investigated properly and I find myself, oh, I am not a part of Trisarga. Please take a, but I think we should be more careful to understand this point. We are not here. So the I is a part of nature or I is a not a part of the nature. Nature means Trigunatmika Prakriti. So the ego is not in the section of Trigunatmika Prakriti. Ego, I, individual consciousness, is not the part of Trigunatmika Prakriti. It is not created by the Trigunas. My mind is constituted by Trigunas. My intellect is my organs of perception and actions, my body, all are created in the form of Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Dravya Shakti. And it is all manifestation of the Trigunatmika Prakriti. But what about the ego? Ego is not constituted by the Trigunatmika Prakriti. It is a ansh of Paramatma, you can say. So when it is a, for the time being, you accept it, it is a part of the Paramatma, it is a part of the consciousness, it means it is not part of the Trigunatmika Prakriti. Even you accept this principle, I am a part of the ocean, I am a part of the infinite consciousness. It means I am the consciousness, not a part of the Trigunatmika Prakriti. Then how am I connected to the Trigunatmika Prakriti? It is not possible. Even the ego cannot connect itself with the Trigunatmika because it is a not part of it. The texture of both is different. Ego is a part of consciousness. Body and mind and intellect is a part and manifestation of the Trigunatmika Prakriti. Cannot be combined together. But this but word is very typical. All theories and explanation, after that you say but, everything gone. The food is very tasty. Yes, you like food. Yes, yes, very tasty, delicious food. But gone. He's a very intelligent, innocent, divine people. Really, yes, but gone. This but is really very unique word. But the consciousness by itself cannot have any relationship with the Prakriti. All right, but what but? But it is connected. So the problem is there. If it is connected, the scene immediately U turn, the entire scene is changed. So we have to investigate sincerely, properly, with the penetrating intellect. And I pray and I beg to say, to get this penetrating intellect, we are supposed to live a divine life. As we, as you were discussing about Devi Bhagavatam Puranas, and Pavanji was saying he is drinking a blood, but not the good blood, not the desire of being loved or to do love, the all divine qualities. It cannot be sucked. Real, yes. Unless we have a very innocent, pure, simple life, my intellect is not able, I will not have a capacity to investigate this truth. Then you will have many, many questions, logics, and you will try to deny it. No, no, it's not a philosophy. It's not possible. All right, you can do it. I always like and love to say when we are a simple, innocent, loving person, I get that quality. That is the only quality. Wherever anybody, wherever any human being who are rich, sadachari, sistachari, doesn't take any matter if he is simple and loving. And what is the parameter of simple and loving is that as I am, if I can express myself, it is very, very, very difficult. Many, many of the times I have to hide myself. Anyway, this is not my the topic here. So That penetrating intellect, when go through a proper channel, this truth is discovered. Oh, this I as consciousness cannot be related, cannot have any relationship with the Trigunatmika Prakriti. Why? It is unreal. So all unreal things appears real because of the consciousness. That consciousness is Param Satyam Dhimahi. And the last one, just I brief it, the last one, so this first verse will be over. धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि स्वेन धाम्ना सदा निरस्तकुहकम्. This one line throws you in a in effortless peace. This one very line just eject you in a different platform. Swena dhamna sada nirastapurkam. In its pure nature, it is ever and ever uncontaminated with the nature, with the prakriti. Swena dhamna sada nirastapurkam. Swena dhamna means in its pure nature. Sada means always, effortlessly. Nirasta kuhakam means maya, kapat. It is nirastam. It is thrown away. In its pure being, in its own pure nature, this consciousness effortlessly detached away from the effect of the maya. Means always at peace. Without any effort, it is always at peace. Why? Because no relationship is there to the world. So that is Param Satyam Dhimahi. We know the peace which comes out of effort, but perhaps rarely the people know a peace in its by nature. It comes by leaving the effort, not making an effort. To get this ultimate peace, we are supposed to leave all the effort, not to make all the efforts, not to make many efforts, but very carefully. If I'm leaving the effort with the sense of leaving, it will become an effort. No, by that I'm not leaving it. I am understanding and it is left. There is a difference. When we practice the Sakshi Bhava, when we practice the Asangata, there is an effort. No doubt, very good efforts. Sometimes we are successful, we find the very good results, but these results are not permanent. Why? Because I have experienced or I am experiencing my asangata through the effort. No, that is another way. That is a practice. Here we are talking about the ultimate truth. No practice is involved, only understand. The moment I understand, oh my, eh, what what a truth it is that I cannot be contaminated at all. As a space cannot be contaminated by the water, by the rain, by nature itself. So I am. So my mind is there, my all puzzle puzzle of the life is there, but I am ever free. Why? Not connected, cannot be connected. Swena dhamna sada nirasta guhakam. That is my true nature of being. The birth appears, the death appears, the anxiety appears, the pain and pleasure appears and disappears. Anything which appears, it will disappear. The nature of appearing and disappearing is the nature of Trigunatmika Prakriti assisted by the consciousness. And that assistance we take it very seriously, and this assistance becomes created a delusion, and consciousness becomes one with the nature, mix with the nature. So all the problems begins. The sense of individuality occurs. I becomes a person. You know, the Persian word, I think it comes from Roman word persona. Persona means mask. In Hindi, it is called mukhota. The persona word means mask. What is person? What is personality? A mask. So we are always masked. I'm an intelligent person. All right, you are masked by intelligence. I'm a very cruel person. All right, you are masked by the cruelty. But who is masked? That cannot be masked. And that's my true nature. Swena dhamna sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So these are the 8 characters we discussed about. And it was a very good session we had with all of you. Thank you. See you next time.
You're on
I'm not
mute, Pavanji. You're on mute.
okay.
Swamiji, grateful
Okay.
from all of our side, but I wish to ask if anyone has any question uh, which they did not follow. One thing, Swamiji, I wish to ask here, uh, just as uh, just as with every quality you said, meditating on, for example, meditating on yatriyasmin brahmani trisargaha, meditating on that, we get spontaneous detachment is the fruit of that. Similarly, Swayan Dhamna, meditating on this, what will be the spontaneous fruit of this?
The effortless peace experienced immediately.
Yeah, so there will be, the fruit will be effortless peace. And before that, meditating on Mohyanti Yat Suryaha, what will be the impact of that?
Yes, that is actually related with the Sene Brahma Hridaya Adikave.
Okay.
That is interneted. Uh, one character with it. And if you
Actually, so
see,
therefore there will be only 7 characters at the
you
end
can
of it.
see. But
We can
in some analysis, it is considered as the 8th one also. So,
we can take it. Mohyanti at Surya, the automatic, I think, impact will be to drop analyzing the truth, analyzing. We say
yes, yes.
analysis leading to paralysis. So here
Okay.
we
You
can
can.
drop that. I think
Yeah, you can.
dropping
Yeah. Dropping the intellect,
dropping the analytical uh,
analytical.
chaos that goes on in our mind, and okay. Swamiji,
But
this is
after analysis,
after
not
analysis dropping it.
yeah,
After understanding
yeah, yeah,
has happened. Yes,
yes. Thank you.
yes. And Swamiji, so we will, my prayer to you will be to uh, lead us into, because Bhagavad is so vast,
Yeah,
18,000 verses. our retreat is titled as Prem Yajna. So may we be led into a feeling of love in our hearts. So that will be our prayer, and that is it.
Thank you.
That is person.